Hello, my friends. This is Blu-ray Cinema. My name is Drew. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, how is everybody doing? Then this is your first time. Hi. So this is my channel. So I do movie reviews. I talk about um, new release news, what's coming to Blu-ray, 4K, all that stuff, and my own personal likes and tastes. Every now and then. But most of the stuff I talk about I do like, so if you're new to this channel, welcome. Hope you enjoyed the video. And you can watch my old ones as well, because I have a lot of them. If you take a chance, watch them. If you choose to. If you decide to take a chance once in a while, go ahead. Be my guest. Because we're there to entertain you, because of while they entertain me. But I was going to talk about something today, and I figured, you know what? I'll talk about this for something to talk about. Because I was going to go on trends and say when we talk about it's trending, but why should I do that? Because I don't believe in YouTube algorithms anyway. I think they're not accurate in the first place. And why should we believe that anyway? But this is one of my personal favorite horror comedy films. You can call it comedy in a way because the humor that's put in by the director himself, and that's James Gunn. Gunn, not gum, Gunn. Hope I said that correctly. And he worked for Lloyd Kaufman Trauma back in the day, and the first film he did, probably on IMDb that I know of, is Romeo and Juliet. He worked on and he directed, which I saw, which is it's okay movie. It's not. I just don't care for it. I know a lot of people love that movie, but you can tell that was mark of something. And then what he did in between her, but he's known for all the Marvel stuff and now the DC stuff, and he's known for, I think it's his first superhero movie, which is Super, which is very, very good. But in 2006, which is what we're going to talk about today, he did an interesting little horror film, which I wish he would do more of, which is called Slither, put out by Shout Factory, and some studio, I think from Germany, whatever, is going to do the 4K of this. But I'm not sure if that about DVD or Orbit DVD is going to get that. So that's kind of like a big question mark. And I'm not sure it's going to have all the special features this has. So this came 2006 usually, and has normally James Gunn people he's worked with, which is Michael Rooker, he always does, Nathan Fillion, he always does, Greg Henry, he always does. And this is Elizabeth Banks, and this is, where an asteroid comes to town, and so this is an evil habit that's comes into his town and affect everyone in his path, and it's this local sheriff, played by Nathan Fillion, to stop him. So yeah, so Elizabeth Banks from The Hunger Games and Pitch Perfect and a couple other films, if you see him, or shows if you see him or remember him. I don't remember Elizabeth Banks from Hunger Games, and I never seen Pitch Perfect. So let me know what role she played in The Hunger Games if anybody knows, because I don't know. So this is 96 minutes. I thought it was shorter, but yeah. Was put up by Universal, but the Shout Factory got this released because it's a collector's edition. And so you get audio commentary, you get 2 audio commentaries, you get deleted scenes, extended scenes, featurettes, the making of, gag reel, and more. So it's like a horror comedy, because you got James Gunn, signature stuff that he puts in all his films, if not films later, like Guardians of the Galaxy. Those little tiny touches So this is the cover. This is Shout Factory, so cover they do. This is the back. I was gonna do a review today, so you know what, man, I gotta do a video of something. As I said, I would do them every day. I didn't do one yesterday because stuff came up. But here's the poster art right there in the back. Yeah, I know this is gross. I know this is disgusting to some people. I know people aren't going to say ew, and that's okay. Here, I'll show you the Blu-ray thing is kind of disgusting too. But yeah, and then you get the same art like you do that thing. Yeah, this came 2006, and I do recommend this film. And Shout Factory did put this out in 2017, so I believe you can still find this on Groove now, or Groove, or whatever it's called. I don't even know. Nobody knows. But this is one of his better films out there. I do like this. I do like Super. I do like Guardians of the Galaxy. I do like Suicide Squad 2021. A Superman, even though that film is not for me, I do appreciate it. Romeo and Juliet, I said, which is his first film, I really don't care for. I watched it. I watched like 20 minutes of it. I said, what is this? Because, I didn't get the humor, and I don't know what is this. And they're talking about like all this. Well, it wasn't Shakespeare, but it was more modern, but it was all like. It felt like I was watching something else, put it that way, because if you got teenagers or kids looking down the stuff that are watching my videos with their parents, which I hope so, or if you do, kids are seeing with this and hope they don't get too, offended. But I can't say what Romeo and Juliet is about without offending some people, and I do not want to do that. Put it this way, it's not for young Romeo and Juliet, and I did watch 99% of it on. I think it was on Tubi at one point or something like that, and for people who like that kind of stuff, like trauma, I can say this, trauma has phases in its lifetime film, studio career, which that's another day to go into. And it's right, I'll put it this way, you got pre-Toxic Avenger, then you got like Toxic Avenger, that stuff, then you got post-Toxic Avenger, then you get like where they re-jumpstart their films going good again, was Romeo and Juliet, where it was like newer stuff other than Toxic Avenger, Christ of Nukem High, Surf Nazis Must Die, all that stuff. And now they're another phase of like mostly, but I haven't seen a lot of trauma, like the modern stuff, but looks like a lot of repetition stuff to try and bring back for nostalgia reasons, and I do get that at some point, because at a certain point, but also it's like, do we really need another this? Do we need another this? Do we need another that? Do we need another same thing that you did 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago? Do we need another that again and again and again and again? And that's what it feels like. But in their prime, when they've run out of ideas, they come out with Romeo and Juliet, and I can't say what that film is because, as I said, if younger kids are watching my videos, I can't say, but I'll put it this way: it's for younger adult and adults film, because the way it's talked about, some of the material, and that's how I'm gonna put it. And it's James Gunn's first effort before he did his own thing, and I do appreciate some of the cinematography of Romeo and Juliet. I do appreciate, the acting is not great, but I do appreciate it's something someone tried to do. And some people, it's a cult hit, and that's understandable, and I do get that. But for me, it's not for me. But I do appreciate what James Gunn was trying to do. I do appreciate that, but this is more James Gunn-ish. Super's more James Gunn. Peacemaker, all that stuff is more James Gunn kind of thing. Guardians of the Galaxy is James Gunn to a T, because a director that can make, you feel something for a raccoon and a tree is a director that's I love. Plus, my actors he works with, he puts in everything he does. He'll put Nathan Fillion in something. He'll put Greg Henry in something. He'll put Michael Rooker in stuff. He will do it. He'll put Robert Patrick in stuff that normally is not. Really, he puts actors in stuff that they're not known for, or they haven't done before, and that's very appreciative. So I love this movie. People think, oh, this is all gross out. This is all it is, and this is not all it is. Even though some of this that happens on this cover Shout Factory did is true, but it's not all 100% like this. But it's a very interesting movie in James Gunn filmography. But the Blu-ray is great. The 1A something is great. The sound is good. The special features are pretty top notch. So yeah, this came out from Shout Factory, Screen Factory. Yes, or whatever you call it. But now it's, it's still hard to believe that they combined with Grub and people want FOMO because they thought Shout Factory was going to close up shop. I mean, do we all wish like Shout Factory went back to their heydays where it's horror stuff and just weird movies? Yes, I wish they could go back to it, but will they? I don't know. Because now they're putting out well, that's another topic for another day to talk about, and I will at some point. But as for now, and that's it. So I hope, if you have seen Slither, you may like it. If you did see Slither, you may or may not enjoyed it. That's your opinion as well as my opinion. I love this film. It's a good sci-fi horror / comedy film. If you haven't seen it, please take a chance, because I don't know if it's on streaming anything, or it's on Pluto, or it's on YouTube for free. Don't know. But if you do, or if you have a friend that has this, take a chance. And check it out, and let me know in the comments below, and you know what to do, and I'll see you next. Bye.